அகம் நீ ஜகம் நீ அணுவான உலகின் அகலம் நீ எறும்பின் இதய ஒளி நீ கழிவில் துடித்த கரமும் நீ ஆயிரத்தை உண்டென்றால் நீ ஒரு கை தரக்கூடாதா நீராயிரம் கண் கொண்டாய் ஒரு கண்களை பாராதா உன்னில் சரதனை தேடி நீரத்திலே ஆற்றே உயிரின் வழியே யார் கண் காணாதுகமே
महाकाया सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा नमः सूर्याय चन्द्राय मङ्गलाय बुधाय च गुरु शुक्र शनिश्च राहुवे केतुवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः.
Inhale deeply with war and exhale deeply. See through Shrimanadi 7 times. First one here. Follow me through. Om Sri Guru Bhadagaya Namaha. 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 Om Shri 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 Guru Bhadagaya Namaha. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness into the first pranayama. Inhale deeply with war, exhale deeply, see through Shananadi, following it through the voice sometimes. The deep internal Kriya consciousness. This is the second pranayama. Inhale deeply with Va to Shishanadi and exhale deeply with C. Halfway through, follow me 7 times. The deep turns the Kriya consciousness is the third pranayama. Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply with C through Sushumnadi with one single breath. Follow me through 7 times. Blessings of Mahata Babaji. slowly, yes, COVID-19 problem will be going away. Even though my crown is still there, it's very mild type. I think this is how it's going to end up. Finally, be like a normal cold virus for the 6 months to 1 year. That's what is predicted. Just continue prayer to Dhanvantri Maharishi, to Lord Vishnu, to remove this problem completely. The Mother Babaji, the whole world. Let's pray 7 times as usual.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantriyaya Amritakalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinachanaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. Again, I just want to mention back again Babaji's recommendation was again to do this pranayam before every meal. That way it will be your pharyngeal region will be clear. And also your immune system will be active with more pranic energy. So just want to reiterate that. We have been going through Babaji's Yoga Vedam for quite some time. And now I'm getting a message that we have to relearn over a couple of times, so we'll do that. But in the meantime, we started with Vinayagar Agaval. Vinayagar Agaval is the poem written by none other than Siddhar Abhaya, who is very, very popular and familiar with all the South Indian people, particularly Tamil people. And this poet, this saint, was very close to Lord Murugan as well as Vinayagar, Ganesh, as well as Lord Shiva. Very close relationship with them. And the last class we saw how the situation, the surroundings, happenings that happened during the narration of this poem, about Sundaramurti Nayanar going to Mount Kailash along with the King Saran Perumal, and they were calling Avaya to come with them. And Avaya said as soon as he finishes Ganesh Puja, will come. She would also join them, but so she was, so they left. So Avyar was doing this Ganesh Puja quite fast, which Ganesh didn't like, Lord Ganesh didn't like, so he appeared before her and saying, "Going to tell me if you want to go to Kailash. I will do that. Don't worry about going to Kailash with them. I will take you there. Just take your own time and finish my ritual prayer because Lord Ganesh enjoyed Avyar's prayers and rituals. So only during that time she made this poem, Vinayagar Agaval. That's how the history and reality goes. And within this short few lines, I think there are 72 lines totally. And within this short poem, she gave a lot of spiritual, a lot of Siddha concepts. So that's why we have been going through that. And first few lines we went through. Going to go ahead and maybe you can repeat that so I can continue. Last class.
We talked about 2 stanzas.
Mm-hmm.
Vinayagar Agaval was recited by Siddhar Avyar, and it has a lot of spiritual connections, and thus it is very appropriate. This is about Lord Ganesh. The first stanza talks about Lord Ganesh's description and also the clothes that he adorns. The first stanza talks about Ganesh's anklet, which is the sandal feet anklet, which is described as a red hibiscus in color. The anklet is the one that makes music, as Lord Ganesha was. Lord Ganesha also adorns the golden belt, and his clothes are as soft as the petals of the flower, and he has an aura that is shining and has the colors of the rainbow. His tusks are heavy, and he has belly lines, and he also has an elephant face adorned with the saffron dot. He has 5 hands and a rope. He has a body that appears blue in her mind, which attracts her mind. His shoulders are broad, his 3 eyes, and his 3 trails of his feet. He has 2 ears and golden hair. He has a glowing broad chest, which adorns the holy thread. Uh, Abhayar goes to describe that there are no words to explain the divine Turiya knowledge of Lord Ganesha under any language, and she is in awe. She is in awe when she looks at him, and also that Lord Ganesha will always fulfill all the desires. The second stanza talks about his right. He rides on a mouse, and also talks about the 3 fruits, which is the mango, jackfruit, and the banana. And she requests Lord Ganesha to enter into her body and mind and heart and soul in devotion, and to enter into her as her mother, to give her blessings, to cut off this illusionary birth and make her mind clear through the utterance of the 5-letter word Namah Shivaya. As they enter into the body, she requests Lord Ganesha to enter, reciting the words Namah Shivaya repeatedly to cleanse her body and then also her mind, and then enter into her. We talked about 2 stanzas.
Okay. So there's almost like 2 stanzas. So what you have seen so far, சீதக்கலவு செந்தாமரைப்பு பாதச்சிலம்பு பலவிசைப்பாட பொன்னரை ஞானம் பூந்தியில் ஆடையும் வண்ணமிருங்கில் வளர்ந்திருப்ப பேழை வயிறும் பெரும்பாரக்கோடும் வேழமுகம் விளங்கு சுந்தீரும் அஞ்சிகரம் அங்குச பாசம் நெஞ்சிற் கொடிகின்ற நீலமேனிக்கும் 4 வாயும் 4 புயமும் 3 கண்ணும் அம்மதச்சோடும் 2 செவியும் விலங்குவன் முடியும் திரண்ட முற்பொறிநூல் 7 மார்பும் கற்பதம் கடந்த துரிய மெய்ஞான அற்புதம் என்ற கற்பகக்களே முப்பழநூறும் மூஷிக வாகன இப்பொழுது என்னை ஆட்கொள்ள வேண்டி தாயாய் எனக்கு தான் எழுந்தருளி மாயா பிறவி மயக்க மறுத்து திருந்திய முதலைந்தெழுத்தும் தெருவாய் பிறந்தவே என் குழந்தை. So that's where we were. One of the important line what we went through is she's talking about the Turiya consciousness, those lines. இரண்ட புரிநூல் தேவழில் மார்பும் சொற்பதம் கடந்த துரிய மெய்ஞான சொற்பதம் கடந்த துரிய மெய்ஞான. Okay. So it's very difficult to explain in terms of words. The knowledge of Lord Ganesh. Very difficult. You can't understand. All of you know you have waking consciousness, you have dreaming consciousness, you have sleeping consciousness, and we also have Kriya consciousness. Remember, after deep meditation, we get into Kriya consciousness. So, what is the difference between waking consciousness, Kriya consciousness, as we always talk about? In the Kriya consciousness, your five senses are coming under control. You can easily see the peace in your mind. After meditation, you can feel that. And there is a clarity in your mind also. All right? Imagine that kind of deep awareness state of oneself. Of course, complete Turiya means there is no thoughts in the mind also. So with that mind, if you look at it, look at Lord Ganesh, you will understand main jnana. That is where the jnana of Lord Ganesh should understand. That I want to reiterate. சொற்பதம் கடந்த துரியமெய்ஞான அற்புதம் என்ற கற்பக களிரே. And she's explaining after deity, after explaining the way Lord Ganesh looks. Right from Padadikesam in Tamil, whenever any god or goddess for explaining or varnanai, for explaining the gods or goddesses, Padadi varnanai, from legs to, from feet to the head for the males, and for the female goddess, from head to toes. So that's how it usually goes. So it's a tradition. So if you're going to Ambige or Amman, if you're going to explain her, you have to start from the top, from the head. Kesadipada. So since it is Lord Ganesh, Havaya says from Padadikesam, from the foot, from the toes to the head. So explain completely. So one of the important line we have to remember here is Turiya Mainyana, Turiya knowledge. Okay, so explain that. We often talk about Turiya Maina yoga and yogic practices. And then she also talked about Mudal Aindiluthu, Tirindhiya Mudalaindu Telivai, Tirindhiya Mudalaindu. So these first 5 letters, Nama Shivaya, right? Na stand for the earth, and Ma stand for the water, and C stand for fire, Wa stand for the air, and then Ya stand for your Akash. Okay, and there are 5 elements. Now there are some other explanation. One more explanation I wanted to hear. Even the letter Om, right? Om is also sometimes in yogic scriptures. It could as a 5-letter word. Why it is 5? Remember, we always talked about 3 letters. A, U, Im. So just like saying A, U, Im alone, Om alone will not be the complete benefit. So Siddhartha ancestors included Nadam and Bindu also along with Om. Your Nadam, Bindu. So our soul, our life, life force is actually made of Nadam and Bindu. These two, they call it kalais. Kalaiகள், Nadam, Nada Kalai, Bindu Kalai. So when you say Om, we have to put your Nada and Bindu together, or your whole life force should be there when you say Om, not just saying only Om alone. This is a deep intention, right? Mind, body, and soul, everything together. When you say that, that is the real Om. Okay, that is what you get the full benefit of that. So A, U, Im, Nadam, Bindu. So that's again that 5 letters. So that also included Tirindhiya Mudalezhundhu Ezhuthum Telivai Pirundhavi Vandu. So Lord Ganesh has given the complete meaning of these 5 other words. You can say Namah Shivaya as well as Om. And Vandiyan Ulandanil Pugundu. So he has, Lord Ganesh has gotten inside. after giving the complete explanation of these 5 letters. Okay, that's what we start. So let's continue with that. குரு அடிவாகி குவளையந்தனில் திரிவடி வைத்து திறமிது பொருளென வாடா வகைதான் மகிழ்ந்தெனக் கருளி கோடாயுதத்தால் கொடிவனை களைந்தே வட்டாதேசம் புகட்டி என் செவியில். குரு வடிவாகி குவளையன் தன்னில். Okay. Guru Vadivahi, we talked about 5 letters Namah Shivaya. And then he's going to become Lord Ganesh himself, is Guru Vadivahi. So God Ganesh has become the Guru Vadivahi, with his appearance to Avaya, Guru Vadivahi. Kuvalayam Tanil. Kuvalayam stands for the world, the earth, right? The earth are in this life. Guru Kuvalayam Tanil in this life and this earth. Tiruvadi Vaithu. Tiramidu Purulana. Tiruvadi Vaithu. Tiruvadi means a feet of Lord Ganesh. Tiruvadi Vaithu. Where does these saints or siddhas or the gods and goddesses feet? Right on the top of the head. Right? Tiruvadi Vaithu. So she takes the feet of the Lord Ganesh, or rather Lord Ganesh keeps her feet on the top of her head. Tiruvadi Vaithu. Tiram Idu Purulana. This is what the real truth. Purul means Meipurul. Right? So not that Purul we talked about, this paper, this computer, this mouse, all these are solids. Yes, they are. There are solids, liquid, gas, everything. This is not the real Purul in Tamil. In Tamil, when they say Purul, they're talking Meipurul. Anything that is changing is not a Purul. Okay, there's something that is permanently there is a Meipurul. Say, for example, all these solids, when you can melt into liquid, the liquid you can evaporate, and you can make them disappear into their own subatomic particles, right? You can change them. That means the Purul is gone. It's not there. But however, there is something else which is always permanent. Also Meipurul. That's why in one of the poems of Tiruvallur we talked about earlier, எப்பொருள் யார் கேட்கும் பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது. Real thing you should know. எப்பொருள் யார் கேட்கும். You can hear so many things from different people, but you have to find the மெய்ப்பொருள் real thing. Okay? That's the same thing. Same thing here. மெய்ப்பொருள் is real truth. Tiruvadi Vaithu, she takes the feet of Lord Ganesh on her head. He put the feet on her head, and then Tiramidu Purulana. Very clearly he explained or make her understand with experience what is the real truth. All right? Tiruvadi Vaithu Tiramidu Purulana. Vada Vahedan Mahindu Enak Karuli. Vada Vahedan. Okay, so the Lord Ganesh do not allow Avayasiddha to go to any trouble, any challenges in life. Make the life very easy. Vada Vahe. She doesn't need to suffer any time, go through pain and pressure, pain in her life completely. Vada Vahedan Mahindena Karuli. Okay, so she will always be happy. Make sure she is always happy. Okay, so Vada Vahedan Mahindena Karuli. கோடாயுதத்தால் கொடுவினை களைந்தே. கோடாயுதத்தால் கொடுவினை களைந்தே. Kodu means a line, right? In Lord Ganesh body, Kodu really stand for the trunk, right? The trunk, what do you call that? Ivory, tusk, yeah? Tusk. The tusk is called Kodayudam. Kodu. It looks like a lion, right? So Kodu Ayudam. And that means a weapon. That is the weapon from elephants, right? So with that weapon, Kodu, which is the tusk, Kodayuthal, Kodu Vinay Kalainde, Kodu Vinay, bad imprints, right? All the imprints. the imprints which are giving harm to me, to Avaya. Okay, Kodugunai Kalainde. He removes all those bad karmas completely through the tusk of Lord Ganesh. Uvatta Upadesam Pugattiyan Sevil. Uvatta Upadesam. So usually Upadesh, you're explaining Satsang, right? We give some Satsang. So Lord Ganesh gives Satsang or Upadesam to Avaya said there. Okay. Uvatta, it means that she never ever get bored of it. So when we take some food, so after some time, even though it is sweet, nice food, after some time, you can't take it more. Okay? There's a limit. So what is it? Thirty pachinona. Means is what Vatta. So Vatta Ubadesam. So whatever he says, is never she get bored. Vatta Ubadesam. Pugatti means after letting me know. Pugatti and Seville. So in Aware's years, um, the Lord Ganesh is giving the advices, satsang, everything that she never gets bored of that. Vatta Ubadesam, right? The Ubadesam, the information, the knowledge Lord Ganesh is giving is never she get bored. So never, it's always sweet, always useful. Vatta Ubadesam Pugattiயின் செவியில் தெவிட்டாத ஞானத் தெளிவு. Again, says தெவிட்டாத. You don't get bored and the taste don't go away. தெவிட்டு போச்சுமாங்க தமிழ். திகட்டிடுச்சு. Means you can't take it more. But this is advice, his instructions, or his upadesh, his knowledge. தெவிட்டாத ஞான தெளிவு. Jnana, telivu, clarity, right? The jnana and clarity he is giving to her. தெவிட்டாத ஞான தெளிவியம் காட்டி ஐம்புலந்தன்னம் அடக்கும் உபாயம். See, this is very important. So in yoga, you have to control your five senses. Right? Yeah, of course, when we do the mantras and when you focus on the third eye and Churumanai, automatically five senses are controlled. So indirect. There are some ways by which you can control your five senses. I'm bulandanai adakku ubhayam. Right? How to control the senses. You have given me the ubhayam, the way. You have given the way to control my senses. Evittad ஞானத்தில் வியம் காட்டி ஐம்புலந்தன்னை அடக்கும் உபாயம். So you gave me the ways to control my five senses. ஐம்புலந்தன்னை அடக்கும் உபாயம். இன்புரு கருணையின் இனிதனக் கருளி. By your grace, you have given me that knowledge. இன்புரு கருணையின் இனிதனக் கருளி. கருவிகள் ஒடுங்கும் கருத்தினை அறிவித்து. Now, கருவிகள் means is the functioning of, remember when the soul is functioning, all of you know that Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Makshariya comes automatically, right? Comes automatically because of the way the soul is functioning as well as because of imprints. So that's natural, right? So natural to come to everybody. But as she says, Avaya says, Karivil Odungum Karuthane Arivithu. She knows how to control all these humors, all these problems. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Makshariya. She could control completely. Control completely without any problem. Make sure I'm in the right line. One second. Okay. So, இருவினை and then கருவில் ஒடுங்கும் கருத்தினை அறிவித்து இருவினை தன்னை அறுத்து இருள் கடித்து இருவினை தன்னை. So there are two vinay. Vinay means munvinay, pinvinay. That's what they say usually. Munvinay, pinvinay. Iruvinay. Irul ser iruvinayum sera. Thiruvular says, Irul ser iruvinayum sera, Porul ser pugal purindar maattu. One of the poems. So, Irul ser iruvinay. The munvinay, pinvinay, the imprints which is there, is your agamiya karma, sanjita karma, right? Sanjita karma, agamiya karma. So these karmas is going to affect your irul ser. They are going to give you irul, darkness to your mind, darkness to awareness, darkness to your knowledge. So iruvinai, thanai aruthu. So there's she's asking. So even indirectly, aware is saying we have to do all this to go to evolve spiritually. Iruvinai. Munvinai, pinvinai, irul ser iruvinai, aruthu. So Lord Ganesh is completely destroying this vinay for her. Irul ser iruvinai thanai aruthu, irul kadindu. So irul ser iruvinai, right? So that means the darkness is completely gone for her. Irul kadindu. Irul ser iruvinai thanai aruthu, irul kadindu. So that completely that imprints of the past and present, everything is gone. So whatever she's doing or living, so she's not going to get the imprints completely. Lord Ganesh has given her how to be like that. Okay. All right. So that he continues. Iruvane Dannai. How are you doing with the time? Good. Okay. All right. இருவினை தன்னை அறுத்திருள் கடிந்து தலம் ஒரு நான்கும் தந்து எனக்கு அருளி மலமுறு மூன்றின் மயக்கமறுத்தே மலமுறு மூன்றின் மயக்கமறுத்தே 9 வாயில் ஒரு மந்திரத்தால் ஐம்புலக் கதவை அடைப்பதும் காட்டி ஆராதாரத்து அங்குச நிலையும். These are the very, very important lines, right? Important lines that gives us a lot of ideas of yogic principles. Yogic principles. இருவினைத்தன்னை அறுத்து இருள் புரிந்து. After teaching the knowledge of subjugating the senses, okay, we talked about senses. After cutting the birth as well as and next removing darkness. That means the imprints which is coming along with the birth, and also munvinay pinvinay. Munvinay is the sanjita karma. Pinvinay is the prarabdha karma that also removed. Then after granting mercifully the 4 stages of salvation. So Thalamuru Nangum Tandamakari, I mean 4 types of salvation has been shown to her. So what is the 4 types of salvation? Thalam Uru Nangum Tandu Yanakarili. That is 4 kind of thalam means idam. Thalam means idam. Idam is a place. So you have Turiyam, Turiyadidam, and then you have Shaktigalam, Shivagalam. Okay, there are 4 places. Right? Turiyam all of us know. After Turiya stage, you have Turiyadida stage. Turiyadida stage is ultimately going to Prabanja, beyond Prabanja. Then you're going to go to Shaktigalam. Shaktigalam is complete energy field. And then you go to Shivagalam. That is, Shivagalam is a place where complete energy is where the energy is coming from. Okay, so there are four places that says Talamuru Nangum Tandanukali. So all those Talam, all those four places have been given to her by Lord Ganesh. So we get only the Turiya stage and we keep on practicing, you're going to go to Turiya stage. In fact, in Vedanta Maharish's techniques of meditation, we have meditation called Turiya Davam, then Turiya Adida Davam, right? And then Shakti Kalam and Shiva Kalam, you're supposed to feel that. So even in Babaji's book, you are talking about the darkness from where everything came from. Okay, remember the book from Yoga Vedam, we talked about it. You can relate that also. The Shakti Kalam and Shiva Kalam can be given there. Darkness as well as light, complete light, bright light. So both together. So Shivam and Shakti, both Shiva and Shakti together, the whole universe is formed, right? The vibrations. So Talamuru Nangum Tandanukkarali. So all those four Talam places. Talam means idam. So idam means where you rest. So soul rests in Turiyam, Turiyadidam, Shaktigalam, Shivagalam. Right? So very important places. Talamuru Nangum Tandu Yanakkarali. Malamuru Mundrin Mayakam Arite. So why we are having all these Maya and Mayakam? So if you remember in our 36 Tattvas, they were talking about Mummalam. I don't know how far you remember. What are the Mummalam? Anybody you remember that? Mummalam. Mummalam is Anavam, Kanmam, Maya. So those are the three ones. Okay. Anavam, Kanmam, Mayam. Anava. Okay. That I am the one. Anavam. So that all comes along with the birth. Along with you, as soon as you're born, it is there. Look at the child. Take off from the child from something. Start crying, right? Think that is hers. And child think that everything is whatever my mother is giving, everything is hers, whatever is useful, right? So it comes with the birth, before any imprints of form, right? Anavam, Karmam, Karma, right? The Sanjita Karma, Prarabdha Karma, that's also there. And then Anavam, Karma, Maya. What is the Maya? Maya means thinking that Purul, say for example, this paper as a Purul that's going to stay permanently, or your physical body, thinking that the physical body is staying for a long period of time. All those things, right? But Maya, that's not really true. Whatever we see as a solid object is nothing but is made of molecules, is made of atoms, and inside atoms you have proton, electron, everything is going around, right? All of us know that even by modern science. So that means if you really look at it that direction, molecular level, whatever we see, they're all nothing but atoms, nothing but protons, electrons, nothing but. And in fact, some of you study deeply, and they say there's so much space between the nucleus and the electrons, right? So these are all well defined and well attested truths. So that's the reality. But what do you think? We always think and feel and act as though everything is solid, everything is reality, real objects, right? So that's what we are used to. So that is the real Maya. Anam, Kanmam, Maya, Mummalam, right? Mummalam is always there. Malamuru Mundin Mayakam. And that kind of Maya, Mayakam, completely be taken out by Lord Ganesh. Okay. Talamuru non Tandana she gives the four places. Then Malamuru Mundin Maya Kamarattu. So these Anava Kanva Maya, those three, you remove it for me. And then he says, Onbadu Vayil Uru Mandiratal. Yeah, Onbadu Vayil, our body. You might have heard people say our body is made of 9 doors. 9 doors and 9 openings. You really see 9 openings are like there are 2 eyes, right? Two ears, and then 2 nose opening. Okay, already you have 6, and my mouth 7, and then finally you have the reproductive system and the digestive system end, right? So there are 9 of them. That's why they always say one budu oil, 9 openings, Guru Mandratal. So we are losing our energy through this completely. Yes, the first 7, the 7 which is in the head is completely losing energy, right? And we also lose energy through the other 2 also. So all these, if you are going to control them, close them, is one of the reasons why when we meditate, we close all the senses completely, because that's where we lose a lot of energy. So, ஒன்பது வாயில் ஒரு மந்திரத்தால். Okay, all these 9 openings, we ஒரு மந்திரத்தால். One mantra was given to me, by this I can control. What is that mantra? It is a pranava mantra. Okay, pranava mantra is the one by which one can control. She says in an indirect way, ஒன்பது வாயில் ஒரு மந்திரத்தால் ஐம்புலக்கதவை அடைப்பதும் காட்டி. So you close the 9 openings and also the 5 senses, right? 5 senses automatically is also closed. Right? ஐம்புலக்கதவை அடைப்பதும் காட்டி. So you stop, you close these 5 senses also. ஐம்புலக்கதவை அடைப்பதும் காட்டி ஆராதாரத்து அங்குச நிலையும். 6 ஆதாரங்கள். Okay, 6 ஆதாரங்கள் அங்குச நிலை. Remember this. All of you know what is the Adaram. Okay, 6 Adaram. We have Muladaram, we have Swadhisthanam, we have Manipuraham, we have Anagadam, we have Visitti, and then we have Amna. Right? So all those 6 Adaram. Adaratin Angusa Nilai. Angusa Nilai is if you already transverse or go up, then your Kundalini energy goes up to the Agna Chakra. So that's what we are trying to do through yoga, pranayama, other practices. Kundalini energy is woken up and it passes through the chakras, and then it goes and stays Shakti and Shiva. Shivam in the Sadashivam, that is in Manonmani. That's the third eye. That is there when it is going to join. Then you have Angusa Nilai. You have the stage of complete enlightenment, complete awareness of who you are, what is the universe about, why are you here, what you're supposed to do. All of them are very clear to you. That is Angusa Nilai. Or Adharathu Angusa Nilayum. So that traversing those 6 chakras and Angusa Nilai. Once you traverse that, you are getting Angusam. One of the other meaning for Angusam is one of those weapon. The weapon, Angusam weapon. Angusam is a weapon. Lord Ganesh is always holding one of the hands. He has 5 hands. In one of the hands, always get Angusam. It's like a weapon there. Okay. So once you are in the complete awareness with after piercing the 6 Adhara. In fact, this is the weapon Parvati gave to Lord Muruga also. Remember when he went to the war to destroy the Asuras, she gave the weapon. That's what he's always holding. Vel. Yeah. The veil actually represents in yogic way, Siddha yogic way, that the Angusamir Mela Mukono, this triangle kind of flower bud-like structure, that is Angusam. And the pole supposed to be 6 Adharas. Okay, so 6 Adharas you get traverse, and then you get the Angusam. That's like a weapon. So from that weapon you can do many miracles once this happens. Aradharathu Angusa Nilayum. So these 5 lines are very important for yoga principles. தலமொரு 4 தந்தனுக்கு அள்ளி மலமொரு 3 மயக்கமுறுத்தே 9 வாயில் ஒரு மந்திரத்தில் ஒரு மந்திரத்தால் ஐம்புலக் கதவை அடைப்பதும் காட்டி ஆராதாரத்து அங்குச நிலையும். So தலமொரு 4 we already talked about that. Priyam Priyadidam and Shivagalam and Shaktigalam. And then Malamuru Mun Anava Karma Maya we already talked about that. 9 வாயில் we talked about that. 9. Then ஐம்புலக் கதவு, so 5 senses, the doors are completely closing. He's telling, Lord Ganesh has given her all this. Directly she is telling you have to do all this to go higher, spiritual evolution. These are all yoga principles. Even though we do pray, learn Vinayagar Agaval every day, look at this, how much meaning is there. Okay. ஐம்புலக் கதவு அடைப்பதும் காட்டி ஆராதாரத்து அங்குச நிலை. 6 Adhara, that's Angusa Nilayum. So Lord Ganesh has showed her this Angusa Nilay, the way you can get when you are staying in the Angusa Nilay. the completely transfers this five six chakras and staying in the Agna chakra all the time, with complete enlightenment. So very, very important stanza here. அங்குசு ஆராதாரத்து அங்குச நிலையும் பேரா நிறுத்தி பேச்சுரை அறுத்தே இடை பிங்களையின் எழுத்தறிவித்து கடையிற் சுழுமுனை கபாலமும் காட்டி மூன்றெழு மண்டலத்தின் முட்டிய தூணின் நான்கெழு பாம்பின் நாவில் உணர்த்தி. Another important place where she's explaining concepts, spiritual concepts, yoga concepts. பேரா நிறுத்தி பேச்சு உரை அறுத்தே. So if you all do all this, you gave me the 4 talam, you completely destroyed the 3 malam, you completely closed the 9 openings. Okay, then you, because of that, you closed all the 5 senses, and then you showed me the how to pierce these 6 adharas and be in the Angusanilai. Then what happens by doing all this? Pera nirutti pechre erite. It's completely got into samadhi. Pechre. There's no speech, nothing, everything stopped. It got me the complete samadhi stage. Show me the complete samadhi stage. So that once these things are done, the talamur non-ginta, if you got the 4 talam places, if you completely they removed these 3 malam and completely stop 5 senses, completely pierce all those 6 chakras, then you get samadhi. There's no speech, nothing there. There's no urai, there's no speech. That is the samadhi. Idai pingalayin எழுத்து அறிவித்து. So once you are there, complete samadhi, then in that stage, Lord Ganeshan comes to tell what is idagala, what is pingala. He gives the letter. Idagalai, pingalai, a, u, right? Idagalai, pingalai, எழுத்து. So each one has a letter. So a is u is idagalai, a is pingalai, im is surumunai. Okay, idai pingalain எழுத்தறிவித்து. So each one has a letter. Okay, so pingalai is a, idagalai is u, and surumunai is im. A, u, im. So you have a letter for each of the kalai. Idagalai, pingalai, surumunai. See, we say idagalai, pingalai, and then surumunai is a subtle meaning to that. Okay, kadayut surumunai, kabalam kati. Kadai means in the at last, right? Idagalai, pingalai, and surumunai. At the last, you show me the surumunai. Say kabalam kati. Then again, above surumunai, you have to go up to turiyam, right? So you got to pierce that and then go to turiyam, and then you got to go to turiyadidam. So kabalamum kati. So pesa pera nirutti pechurai aruttu idai pingalayin எழுத்தறிவித்து கடையர் மனுவை kabalamum kati. Right, kabalamum kati. So Surumani kabalam also you are showing to me that. So when you get into complete samadhi with all these techniques which is given to her, removing all the imprint, removing this, all the senses are gone, and you're in samadhi, then whatever knowledge given to you at the samadhi stage. So when we want to listen to listen to the satsang or the advices or the explanation given by Babaji or anybody, you have to be in that stage. That's me samadhi. That is why they ask us to come to this stage. Come to this stage, then I will pull you up. Then only you will understand. So it is very, very important. So after doing all this, initially doing all this, only then he started preaching to or Ganesh is giving explanation to her. What is ah, what is who, what is him. So that she can feel it. It's not by understanding, it's not intellectual knowledge, it is a knowledge of feelings, but experience it. So only after that she's giving all this. What is Idai Pingala Ezhuthu, Chirumani, what is the Sudumani Kabalam, from Chirumani, we can go up to Turiyam, Turiyadism, all those stuff. Okay, so very interesting information we are getting. from these stanzas. There's more and more. I think she has about 5 or 6 stanzas again with yogic concepts before we end with praying Lord Ganesh. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here at this point. Kadayashrimani Kabbalam Kati. Okay. So, any question? Neither the question, Rika?
இல்லைங்க எதுவும் கஷ்டம் இல்ல எல்லாம் it's very clear like I've been listening to this ரொம்ப சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தே கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கேன் பட் I இப்பதான் என்ன அர்த்தம் புரியுது
ஆமா பாருங்க அப்பவே யோகா பத்தி அவ்வளவு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க யாரும் நமக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருந்தாலே நமக்கு திடீர்னு ஒரு விழிப்பு வந்திருக்கும் அதை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் கூட பண்ணாம அப்படியே ஒரு பாட்டாவே பாடிட்டு அப்படியே இருந்துட்டோம் so much information there. Yeah, thank you. You know, the question, Rika? Everything is there. So even look at it, even the tattvas we talk about as also new discoveries when we talk is already there in Vinayagar Agaval. Even saying all these tattvas so many times, it is part and parcel of a culture actually. All of these concepts and knowledge, particularly Tamil culture, it is always there. They have used it, all those siddhas, and they have practiced it, and they have attained the highest level stage. So that's what it shows. Amazing. For thousands and thousands of years, people have been praying Lord Ganesh with this. Look at the information we have.
So Lord Ganesh, we pray to him also because he's the one who can help us get through all through these stages. And that's what she is directly saying.
Directly saying, yeah.
That if we pray to Lord Ganesh and do our yoga principles, he's the first one to get us to this state, and then we can move further on. Right. What is that? Gist of the
whole thing, yeah. So Lord Ganesh says that is why aware staunchly she held on to Lord Ganesh for a long time. Because she is very close to Muruga also, even in the history. Okay, Muruga also. By so you might have heard is Sutta Paramandama, Sudhada Paramandama. They one of the fruits that she gave to her. And Muruga gave it to her. So that really means, that is again, if you keep on going deeply, those are also yogic concepts. Okay, Udi sapun solvanga. You blow it and then eat it. That is pranayam. So when she say ooh, and then you blow it and then pranayam, and then enjoy the fruits of the amridam, Vanamridam, what we talked about in Avaji's book. That Vanamridam, enjoy that ambrosia. Okay, so then she will be laughing, and then only she will realize it's not a normal guy who's on the top of the moon. In this Lord Muruga himself. That's how she recognizes the story goes. So most of these Tamil poems, many of these siddhas, they have deep meanings. If you really explain to them, explain in detail, then you'll get a lot of information. So Lord Ganesh, Lord Muruga, Avayar was very close. In her days, she has he got even darshans of them. And the history is written there. There are a lot of kings who lived during those days. If you have a chance, I think you should see the movie. Avayar. There's A.P. Nagarajan has really done a lot of research into all the histories of Avayar. And then he has made his point. She really lived, and what happened during her lifetime, who were the kings who were living, and all those things. And she did a lot of siddhas, miracles. If you see the movie, you'll see that really happened, and how she reformed the whole Tamil Nadu during her days. So many of the kings, that is how they changed. That's how Tamil Nadu changed, because of saints like this. They won't have the greediness, they won't go and attack other people. In fact, in one of the Tamil lessons we used to study, there was a king called Adiyaman. Adiyaman or a king. So this king who lived as Ambayar, and how he got into spirituality because of Ambayar. He used to be a tough king, killing all the people, getting other lands, and that's just like Ashoka change by Buddhist teachings. And before that, thousands of years ago, this thing happened in Tamil Nadu also. So anyway, so that is how the spirituality spread through the whole Tamil Nadu. Temples are built like Pala kings, Siddha like Karura, okay, all those things, etc. With the deep meanings to behind all these things. So anyway, so that's the comment you want to make, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, with that, we are going to finish our Kriya Satsang. Thanks to Babaji. We have a chance to go to the Siddha concepts of Vinayagar Agaval. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namaya Navasima. Mavayana Sisiyana Vashimayana Om Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, Unga. Thank you, Jayashree and Manohar. Have a
Thank
wonderful night.
you. You too.
Have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
லீவ் மீட்டிங்னு போட்டால் ஆளுங்கிறது வரவே இல்லையா? லீவ் மீட்டிங் ஆல்
I also exited out, so what's the matter?
ஸ்டில் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கு போது.
Just exited out.
எக்ஸிட் பண்ணிட்டேன்னா பண்ணட்டுமா? அப்புறம்